Welcome back to OFFRIP Podcast. Today we have J-Trip, aka Jayvon, with us, and we have Bianca here. So, how are you guys doing today? How's everybody's day going on?
Pretty good, can't complain. Glad to be here.
Lovely,
right.
Mason over there. In the
Well,
corner.
all right. Let's get to it. Let's love it. I love it.
Today we wanted to talk about this is your topic. You want?
Basically the topic I want to talk about is just we all think about like one thing that we don't like that's going on in the world right now, that we wish we could change, that we wish we were different, and or you know maybe what we would do to change it if we were in a position of power. So who wants to kick it off?
I mean, you can start off.
I mean, you the man. You kick it off now.
What?
You kick it off,
Boy,
man.
Jay over there, you looking real
J-Trip.
skippy, boy.
J-Trip. You want to kick it off, man?
Go ahead,
you want to kick
boy.
it off?
I mean,
What you don't like going on right now, bro?
nah,
Like,
I honestly don't feel like going first right now. So, I mean, maybe Bianca would like to go.
I feel like you know something that's going on in the world that you don't like. That's all straight nonsense, buffoonery, knucklehead sandwiches.
Nah, but I'm not gonna lie though. You know what I'm tired of?
Yeah.
All these fucking killings, bro. in New Haven.
Oh my God, bro.
I'm tired of all these fucking killings. Like the other day, I just heard a 14-year-old boy
14.
in West Haven took his life.
No, I thought it was in Fairhaven.
Nah, it was West Haven. West Haven.
No, I seen Snooper. She had posted it because she was like that she had like a event with the that crate shit that's going on, and so I think it was like right after the crate shit that she had posted that he had got shot or he shot himself, whichever it went. And I seen somebody else that I used to go to school with that posted it, which is like it's really sad because like living in New Haven, like that's kind of all we really knew. And like you live in Waterbury, you kind of sheltered. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm not involved.
But just like
You don't know what it's like.
but just like living in like this environment where it's always like we gotta look over our shoulder, we gotta like be aware, like
Always gotta watch our surroundings.
High alert.
like me being 12 walking through the Ville, I can't wear two headphones. Like I gotta have one headphone off because everybody was just getting shot then. Like everybody was in the gang and stuff like that. Like I remember it was GSB, it was Mute Squad, all
Bro,
that
when
shit.
I was in
like,
high school, it was GSB, fucking Trey, Tribe, Hood versus Hood, pretty much.
yeah, like
And there was nothing but nigga shit going on.
and like even like my like own like experience from that was my two experiences was it was kind of funny the first one because I watched two like old ladies fight over nothing. Like I was just walking through the Ville in the morning and like these two ladies started arguing. I'm like, ooh, what's going on? Like what's happening? One lady said, I was like, oh, okay, like that's how we getting it today. Like this is the start of the morning in the Ville. Like
Some days it get cracking. Like,
nah, facts, like, facts, but it's just like. And then my other like experience was me chilling with my friends. Like we were just skateboarding in a tribe, or we was in a trade. This is one of them. Like just like on that border, and like somebody he was cool with, like he asked me where I was from. I'm like, I'm from the Ville, and he was like, oh, you rep that shit? And I'm like, I'm 12, my guy. Like you're in high school. Like chill out. And I was like, nah, I rap all in New Haven. Like I don't know what you're talking about.
I ain't
just
gonna
like,
lie, it was definitely heavy like that when I was in high school. Like, me and my niggas would go to a park, play ball, and niggas would be like, "Yo, what hood y'all from?" I'm like, I'm from here.
I'm from wherever you from, brother.
I'm from-
Hey,
like, but you know,
I'm from wherever you from,
Well,
bro.
how you doing?
Hi,
you wanna
Hello.
introduce
I'm
yourself?
Pilar. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
PR?
Pilar.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
sounds real fancy.
Not fancy.
It's Spanish.
Hey,
But
I ain't a fancy brother, but shit.
like yeah, man, like living in New Haven was just like, I mean, like, niggas still live in New Haven, but like the way it's getting back to how like
It used
it
to
used to
be.
be, it's just it's not a pretty sight. Like every single time, like I know somebody that knew somebody that they was close to that got shot, and it's just like you see them and you just be sorry for them, like.
For real.
Cause it's like, shouldn't nobody go through that? Shouldn't nobody lose their closest friend that they know since they was like childhood? Like, that shit is just like real tough. Like
That's not normal. Like
that's not.
that's not normal.
But that's the normality in New Haven, though.
Burying 14 and 15-year-old kids, like, you know what I mean? That shit not normal. You know, it's normal where a lot of us is from, but in the grand scheme of things, like it's
really not normal.
That shit's not normal. 15-year-old kids should be out here trying to work towards getting their license, their permit, not getting put in the ground. Like that's
Shit,
I'm
fuck
sorry.
all that.
You just
Even
came
just
in.
trying to be out on the streets like that.
All
Like,
right, so the topic right now, what we're talking about is what in the world do you not like, and like if you were in power, what would you like to change, basically?
Okay.
So we were just talking about like the shootings, like that's been going on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you wanna go, you wanna talk about what you don't like that's going on.
Well, I mean, I think like in the broader scheme of things, like access is something that I think about a lot. Like people don't have resources, and like there's a reason for that. Like people like to be exclusive, and there's like a hierarchy, and there's also like this idea of people loving to split themselves into groups and like exclude other people, even whether it's like racial or socioeconomic. And I think like bridging those gaps would mean like, I guess, collaborating with people who aren't like you, and like spending more time with people who have different experiences.
Well,
Yeah.
if we on the topic of resources, just for something y'all to look out
We
for,
here,
you
dog.
feel me? Something to look
We
out for in the
here.
future, you feel me? We gonna make a documentary out there, motherfucker. But nah, that's definitely like
Stay
something
tuned.
I think about too. Like just the resources that like we have, like just living in New Haven. Also, like, you know, sometimes you be like, this is something me and Khalil talked about the other day. Like, as soon as we get off the highway, if you see somebody that's homeless, like right there, like, and
right
it's just
on the
like,
highway.
bro, don't get me wrong, like, if I had the bread, I'm gonna give it to you, like,
Yeah.
$1, $2, whatever I got, I'm gonna try and give it to you. But then, like, when I don't got nothing, it's just like, damn.
then again, you see that same homeless person every day.
Yeah, you also
Downtown.
got people take advantage of that now. Like that's the new thing of getting money. That's the
Exactly.
new way of getting
Yeah.
money. Rather than people that actually need the money,
Yeah.
we can be giving it to someone that's gonna use it for the wrong reason.
I don't know about y'all, but the way I
There's
be,
too many people in Waterbury like that.
yeah, the way I
It's-
play it is like I'll give something to somebody, and once it leave my hand, it completely leaves my mind. Like
That's it.
I don't know what you're gonna do with it, but it don't matter what you're gonna do with it, because it's not
not
up to
my
you what you
problem.
do with that.
Yeah.
Once it leave my hand, it's not mine no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna spend that on whatever.
I
you
also
wanna
think
spend
like
on that.
sometimes you don't give money, you give food. I mean, you give like.
Yeah, I
other
get- I
things.
don't
give
That's what
money
I do.
anymore
If
because
I
I'm
have,
like-
food in my bag, I give it to
Yeah,
you.
it's
I-
yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I seen this thing, like a long time ago. Somebody was like, I gave food to a homeless man. He was just like, I don't want this.
Exactly.
I was like,
You want
I
the
was
bread
like,
or
what,
something? Oh.
Yo, that's
Exactly.
wild, bro.
Or like I know someone gives like clothes to homeless people, and that's like I feel like.
Even with that, most homeless people don't even want clothes.
Yeah.
They just want money.
They can get. Truth be told, clothes is. You probably find some clothes.
Yeah.
It's harder to find like actual resources like food, water,
Yeah.
people who gonna give you money to get that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I got a
Clothes.
question.
Because people are throwing away a lot of clothing and things like that.
For
Like
sure.
in the donation places,
Yeah.
sometimes they're so full, like
Yeah.
they can probably get shit out of there because
Exactly.
Waterbury they don't empty those,
Yeah.
so those
You
are
actually
still
need
full.
clothes. If you need clothes, you can go get those clothes for sure. For sure, bro.
So I got a question for y'all real quick. Since we talking about resources and we went, I kind of went straight to money. Do y'all feel like it's a really necessary thing in your life? Like, do you feel like in
Money?
order for you to be, money, like, in order for you to be happy, do you think of money as a resource or just something like you just need to have? Like, you just gotta have it. Like, there's just no like alternative. It's just
I feel like nowadays everything's turned to it needs to be purchased, it needs to be paid for, everything's so everything's so expensive now that like when she was talking about how people don't even have resources to get anything, stuff's so expensive they can't even afford it. Like from going from EBT to like the
Secure
government
credit
and
card.
anything, Social Security, stuff like that. Like for like the elderly getting Social Security, like I know my grandma, that was hard for her to get her Social Security. And then EBT, you gotta make a certain amount of money to be able to get it. Like if there's a parent that even makes like a dime over it, they don't get it at all. And you have to think about, even if they make that much money, that's not just going towards food, that's going towards how many kids they got, how many like it's all like adding up to so many things, and you're so required to have certain amounts of things to get EBT or stuff like that. It's crazy what they require for you to have to even get resources that you need. Like, yeah, maybe they get paid a good paycheck one day, but what about that next week? And what if it's like a family of like
12,
10, 11, yeah.
Realistically,
you know what I mean?
like maybe 7, and it's like, you know, it's like, what are they gonna do if it's like that one paycheck was good for that week, but then what about next week? What if
you got 40 hours this week, but
like,
next week you get 25?
But for me, I see money as a resource, because with that resource, you could go into many different avenues to help grow that. However much money you have, you put it in the stocks. Fucking.
But you gotta learn that, and that costs money to learn how to invest.
And it could cost more if you go to somebody who just want to take your money.
Yeah.
So you gotta know who to go to, how much to give to people, what to invest in. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just go to Joe Schmo down the block. Hey, let me take this 50 G's, see what you can do with it. Like, nah, you gotta Charles Schwab type stuff. You know what I mean? Like, invest your money.
Yeah, everything's like money now. And like between, like, I was talking with my friends back at home that like college sort of, like, even though they could have lost a lot of money or whatever, like, you know how like we was online or whatever, at that point we shouldn't have been paying tuition at that point.
Hell
we should have been like, they were saying, oh, like they let go of student loans and stuff. I said,
which
that
is
on my bill.
false.
That's on my bill.
Show me.
My student loans are on my bill.
$16K, what happened?
So like, I feel like they should have let the young like be able to live, and like they want us all to like get good jobs and get education, and they're like, oh, education is so important, but like it's so expensive to have education. It's like, why did we went to high school for free, but we have to go to college and pay?
That is so dumb.
That was my first.
That doesn't make no
that was my
sense.
first thought when I first graduated high school, going into college. I'm like, all right, so we got FAFSA, we got to apply for FAFSA, get approved.
If you get approved. How much you get approved for.
And if you have siblings too.
I remember I was trying to get some fast food.
It's a whole part.
I was trying to get some fast food. They gave me like $500, bro.
I got born first before you, like.
You tell me what I'm supposed to do with $500. Like, nigga, all my books probably not bought with that $500. You tell me I'm supposed to go to school for $500? Come on, bro. I feel like sometimes, like, they just want to see you beg. Like, that's what I've been thinking. Like, they just want to see you there.
They have the funds.
They not losing.
I'm not gonna
You know how
lie.
much money they probably gained over online?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
How much money they gained over 2020 going to 21?
Bro. You know what I like about
They
money
didn't
though
have
too?
to do anything resource-wise. They just literally were like, get on Zoom.
They could have just stopped it for a little bit.
Open your laptop.
Open up your laptop.
Be on class. You're supposed to be in class.
And so many kids were probably paying for tuition. Half the time we would sleep.
Yeah.
We would sleep in that Zoom class. Don't lie, because you was not awake. You was not awake.
Yeah.
Truth be told,
So
I wasn't even going. Keep it G. I wasn't even going. Yo, you know what I don't like about money?
What?
Like, I feel like money don't even really. It's like a status thing. Like, when people feel like they got it, they feel like they something different. Like they something better, they something new. If you wake up tomorrow and you got $500 million in your account, even though your knees was hurting the day before,
Different
you
person.
don't give a fuck about the knees no more. You got $500 million in your account. You could lose that leg tomorrow, but tomorrow you'll have $500 million in your account. That's how people look. I don't want to lose my legs. I don't care how much money I got in my account. Like, that's just not me. I don't go around like, oh, I need this money because I'm trying to buy this. I'm trying to buy. I don't even really. I just want to be in the crib. Like, I don't even really want to do nothing. Like, if I could get a big ass house where everything I needed was just at my disposal, like a bowling alley, movie theater, basketball court, everything,
Swimming
bro.
pool.
I can't swim. I can't swim, but I'm gonna have that swimming pool for decoration.
It could be
for
one of those shallow, just
everything,
walk
bro.
around.
2 feet,
Yeah.
just sitting.
Water yoga.
Just chilling. Like, you don't need to do no extra. Just you vibing. Like, I don't need all that extra. I don't need them Ferraris. Them.
I feel like having all that is just a little extra. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get me a Mitsubishi.
You said a Toyota
or Honda.
Alright, okay. Alright, but like the way I feel about money, like the way I'm just trying to use money throughout life when I get older is just a tool. Like the way I see it and the way my family like sometimes talk about it, oh, you need to go to work. You need to do a double. You need the money. Like I get it. Money has been a lot of things in y'all life like that y'all didn't have, but like y'all gotta understand that my mindset is just so much different than what it used to be.
Money don't make you happy. As much as people may think it make you happy, it do not make you happy.
It don't, cause it's like
everyone said, like it says, money is the root of all evil.
Exactly.
It make a good slave, but a terrible master. Like you can't just money makes terrible people. Like you give somebody a certain amount of money, they are different.
Swear to God, bro.
And it makes whole different people when they know you got that type of money. Like they gonna try to hurt you. Like so it makes terrible people. Yeah. Horrible.
And they leave the people that they used to love in the past behind. Like when they get money.
Like if you're not on the same level as them.
You already know what they are. They had plans on doing that long before they got the money.
All of a sudden I'm relevant because we're not on the same level. That's crazy.
That's wild. Yeah. That's why I can respect people like J. Cole, like, because he took his friends with him.
Facts.
The whole way. Took his friends with him. He don't even have to do that, truth be told. He could have been like, yeah, I'll give y'all this little money or something, but that's it. But he could have easily just did that. He took them, like, where he gave them businesses, opportunities to make money. Like, not just giving them money and just go blow it. Yeah, go blow it. Like, he's giving them opportunities. Like, yo, I gave you a job, a career. Like, that's real shit. Like, I want to do that. Like, I want to give my friends some jobs if they need jobs, if they need money. Like, sources of income. Like, who don't want to do that? I want to do that shit.
But I feel like that's where, like, our generation don't even think about things like that. They just think about, they see everybody with these nice cars and think that, you know, that's what I need in life. I need that big house. Don't get me wrong. Like, I want a big house too, but, like, I ain't trying to let everybody know what I got. Everybody want to go on social media and be like, oh, I got this bread.
Yeah.
Everybody got a roll. Everybody want to roll.
Everybody flashing their money. Somebody could be plotting on their downfall.
Exactly.
Yeah. Always.
And, you know, that's the sad thing about it. Like, you know, it's soon to get to like that. Like, you flash your money, somebody might know where your address is. And the sad thing is, it could be family. It could be anybody that, like, they feel some type of way that you got money and you flashing it. Like, I seen on Instagram, some kid was like, he was like 16, and I think it was Brazil, flashing his, drove his Porsche into, like, the slums, got shot up. Because he flashing. Ain't no need to flash that money, like we know you got it, but it's like,
what you gonna do with it?
Facts.
Or even when, like, the Olympics was in Brazil and, like, all those Olympians were walking around, like, the favelas with, like, clearly they were Olympians and clearly they were standing out.
One, I just like the outdoors. Like, everybody be talking about how there's nothing to do in Connecticut, which is kind of facts. But it's like, if you think about just, like, less of, like, doing all that stuff that people be doing in, like, Atlanta, Los Angeles, Las Vegas. But go out there in some nature, boy, and just, you know, embrace it. Yeah, embrace nature. Like, you know what I'm saying? But then, like, you know, I just rather not be secluded, but, like, I just rather just be chilling, man. Like, I lived in the city all my life, so it's like, I just want some peace and quiet for a little bit. You know, go to a little lake, you feel me?
Oh my God.
Send out some fishing up the mug, but like,
I'll be okay if I don't hear another motorcycle again.
Bro, I'll be glad if I don't hear another gunshot.
Oh, fireworks, 12 o'clock in the morning.
And you trying to get some sleep.
It's January. What are you setting off fireworks for?
I mean, it's different, but it's not all that different. Like, I hear fireworks all year long.
I tell you what, you remember.
I mean, so do we.
Shit don't come in that point. Like, you don't hear shit. Like,
I live in the woods.
No, yeah, there's fireworks.
You live in the woods.
Definitely.
Do you live in the forest?
Yo.
not the woods.
Anyway.
Woods is trees, all that nice. The forest got Bigfoot. It got Yetis. What else it got? Wolves. Can't forget about wolves. You got fresh air though.
Yeah.
Phenomenal air.
But you do hear a lot of, like, loud animals. Sometimes they sound like.
I ain't gonna lie. I was doing a DoorDash order to Hamden, right? And a whole mountain lion came out of somebody's backyard into a whole nother backyard. As I was about to drop off the order.
Now see, he's comfortable doing that.
See, that's the thing.
He's been doing it for a while.
Bro, like, soon as I pull up, I see it coming right across. I'm
that
like,
could be my best friend.
Shit.
They don't like you.
I'd be outside.
People just don't like
Be
you.
like, hey, what you
They
doing?
go
up
smell
there?
city and be like,
They gonna be like,
They
is
gonna smell.
he? Like,
Is he
My cat
serious?
gonna come outside.
What's he doing?
My cat gonna come outside. Go.
Skippity pat.
anyway,
I want to talk about like another thing I don't like that's going on. Let's talk about the toxicity of this generation. The
I got
toxicity
time.
of this generation. Listen, let me
Start
tell you
off.
something.
I got time.
Let me tell you something. All right, a little bit too toxic, man. All right, I understand the heartbreaks. The no, that's it. That's all y'all got. is
Y'all bring it
heartbreaks.
to the extreme with it.
No, facts. Like learn how to not be toxic.
I understand heartbreak and trauma.
Right.
I understand
Because
those things.
Yeah,
That's a given.
exactly.
You can't tell nobody how
And
to
you
deal with
learn
their
from
trauma.
that,
Yeah.
and you like take
Don't
it
get
to
me
your
wrong.
next. But
I was a toxic motherfucker.
How
But you
toxic?
learn it.
I wasn't toxic.
How toxic?
It
How
wasn't
toxic?
me.
I was
on
pretty
a scale of
toxic.
1
Pretty
to 10.
toxic. On a scale of 1 to 10. Facts.
Exactly.
You talking about him?
Yes.
Let me tell you about this man. Let me tell you about this man. If we do a scale of 1 to 10, this nigga gets a 10. Whole 10.
All 10.
He was in a bag.
She said 11.
Whole
though.
bag. Fuck it. Give him the 11. Give him the 11.
Oh,
Give
so
him
you just damn near broke the whole scale.
Listen, let me tell you, right?
Go ahead.
Oh,
Man, I was in the victim type of mindset. I ain't gonna lie.
Victim?
I was in a
Not
victim
bad.
type of mindset. Like I was in a very bad victim mindset where I was just like, it's everybody's fault. I ain't do nothing. Nah, I definitely did a lot of shit that was just like wasn't tolerable. Like, but I couldn't hold myself accountable, which this generation can't fucking do. Is hold themselves accountable. With some people,
Yeah.
some people.
But you did eventually.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I'm growing up. That's what we need to do.
Real niggas, if you fuck up, you fuck up. Just tell you, say
Just
you
admit
fucked
that.
up. Damn.
And you know who told me I was toxic?
Who? Damn. The culprit, right?
That was not the first person to tell you were toxic. You a lying motherfucker.
Alright.
you try to violate.
The person that told me, and I was actually just like, you know what? Okay. She told me. And I was just like, you know
Okay,
what?
He was
but
in a bag.
honesty matters because
Yeah.
I hate this
nobody
kind of
meant it in a mean way. It's sometimes you know
He coulda
the
easily
tough
took that,
love
like-
thing. He did take it as because look where he at now.
people.
So
It's okay,
She
my
on your
friend.
ass,
It's
bro.
okay.
no, he said sometimes you have to take
Take it
you
as for
know
what it
take
is.
things into consideration that you act a certain way and you want to act like you didn't. In reality, deep down, you know you did. So
Sometimes you can't just tell people you're not being a very nice guy. Sometimes you gotta tell them you being a piece of
Yeah.
shit.
like
You
yeah,
being a piece
you
of
know.
shit. Stop. You
Listen,
got to. Because sometimes you can't just
And
keep
they'll
being nice to
realize
people,
at some
bro.
point whether they realize then or after. They'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
yo, bro, they was right. Damn.
Man, y'all can't be wanting relationships and, you know, be talking to
Dude.
mad people. Like, I understand the you know, the
urge.
failure. Yeah, the urge and the failure part. You don't want to make, you know, if this person don't work out, I kind of want to back up. Like, nah, bro. It's just understanding, like, bruh, I'm going to put all my eggs in this bag. Now, if this bag break, and all my eggs...
But also, like, why do you
Yeah.
need a backup when you can, like, just, like, learn and grow yourself? Like, you don't need
Facts.
other people to
That's
do
what I'm
that.
saying.
Like, you could do
I'm
it
sorry.
yourself and then
That's
find the person that you want to
That's
be
what
with.
I'm saying, bro. Like,
Very well said.
that's
I
too
feel,
much.
I
work
feel like
keeping
people
those
jump
people.
into try to jump into like a relationship or like a thing so that they don't have to focus on themselves. They want
Right.
But then there's those times where they want to be like, oh, like I don't want to put all my focus on that one person, but at the same time, like it's supposed to be equal, is it not? You're supposed
is.
to
It is.
help each other grow. Or are you not supposed to do that? You're supposed to grow together, not
Anytime you
No.
go into things with the wrong intentions, they don't usually work out
Exactly.
the way you
Yeah.
think they will.
That's why rushing stuff isn't worth it. I feel like it's not worth rushing shit in the end.
Exactly.
So
It's always
Niggas be getting into relationships after like 2 days. Like, you don't know me well enough for me to jump into a relationship with you in 2 days. If you say we together after 2 days, I don't even want to talk to you no more.
I had
because
heard a
I
female
feel like that's
offer
the
that.
type that's like the
Yeah.
type of toxic
Not
right
gonna
there.
Or like love
Toxic.
bombing, which is like
Oh,
when
my
you
God.
start saying I love you
Yeah,
so early.
I
That's
love
just
you.
really uncomfortable
What?
because then you feel like
I feel
you
like
have
at that
to,
point
like,
when they do that, they don't know what love is then because they're just
Exactly.
afraid.
lie.
They're afraid.
And they probably do that a
it's,
lot.
It's like their
So it's
shield
like
to like not feel
weird.
afraid.
Yeah.
You know
My
my
experience with that, I was talking to this one chick, and we was chilling watching Netflix or whatever, and out of nowhere,
That was me. Sorry, that was me.
But out the blue, she looked over to me and said, "I love you."
What was y'all watching?
What did you say?
Green Arrow.
But the question is, what did you say?
Pause, Green Arrow.
What did you say?
You gotta go.
All right, so what I did
He said
was.
her sign.
Alright, so when she said that, I put Green Arrow on pause, looked at her, said, "There's the door."
I do it.
No, I swear to God I did, bro, because we only been talking for a week. And you're already saying I love
Maybe she
you?
was just nervous. Like she had strong feelings. That was
Wait,
so
did something happen to like initiate
No.
it, or she said it out of nowhere?
Just out of nowhere.
So it
Like,
wasn't
Green
even
Arrow
like
fell
you
out the
were
window, she's
like,
like,
you know,
Was y'all
nothing was nothing intimate was happening.
nothing to do
It was
with
just
that.
like, I love you.
Like
Not at all.
nothing.
Y'all ain't know each other before
Nothing
that?
physical.
Oh yeah.
happened.
Okay, she might be tripping.
Did you know her
Oh,
before
nah,
that?
that's a no.
I met her during class
The clingy.
to help.
Did she know of you before? Did she have like a crush on you?
No.
Also,
I literally just met her in class and I needed help with some notes.
Speaking of notes,
Damn.
college. Yeah, college folks is toxic, boy.
Real
hate
toxic.
y'all, like-
Real toxic.
Bro, being at
Hate 'em.
Eastern was the most toxic place I've ever been, including me. That's probably why I was so toxic, because I was at Eastern. I ain't gonna lie, I was
when
tripping.
I was at Mitchell, though. I ain't gonna lie.
I was-
I was to myself, though.
I was off.
all right. Specifically for
They said
Eastern, Eastern is just so boring. Like you don't got nothing else to do,
Bro, so is
Either
Mitchell.
you gonna be toxic or you gonna be dead because you gonna die of boredom. Like I'm telling you,
I ain't
like,
gonna-
it's
nah,
it was
so
that bad?
boring.
Nah,
It's
yeah, bro.
so boring.
You in Willimantic.
Raw capital of the state, like, like
Nigga, it was known for heroin or like crack or some shit like that.
all of it,
Okay.
All of it.
everything.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Everything.
but it was nothing to really do. But like, yeah, what you doing? I'm coming through. Get to it.
Shit, when I was at Mitchell,
Put on that.
it was you come through the dorm, notes, alright. Netflix, alright.
Sex.
At some point,
I'm-
I'm just
I'm like-
man, bro.
So I'm gonna do this homework. I'm gonna go work out, and I'm gonna go play ball.
How many
I'll
times
catch
can you
you.
do that in different order per day? Like, you know what I mean? Basketball, workout, sleep, workout, basketball. How many times can you really switch that up and just?
I
You're
mean,
gonna be bored.
when I was a
like,
recruit, we had early morning workouts from 5:30 to at least 6:37. So,
I would have been a recruit. I wouldn't have been a recruit after that day.
but I ain't
Yeah,
gonna lie.
similar.
At that time, I did not have a working phone, so I missed.
I'm not a recruit after that.
And on
day.
top of that, I was like 15 minutes late to the trial. I overslept.
You said what?
Yeah.
You was up at 5:30 to 6:30, and then you had to try out at 2.
Nah, so the workouts was all week,
Yeah.
Monday to Friday, 5:30 to 7.
Okay.
The third week was the tryout. I'm getting that good ass sleep.
Right.
Had a whole alarm set, right?
Yeah.
The shit ain't go off. I'll wake up.
Maybe you didn't wake up.
I was still asleep. So of course I didn't wake up.
Deep.
But I look at my phone. I'm like, oh, let me. Got dressed, ran to the gym. Coach seen me. He was like, he was disappointed. I was
Obviously.
I was too. But you know, it is what it is. I take it with a grain of salt.
This nigga.
John, I'm gonna be honest. You're
But
better than me.
advocate it.
You better than me.
But I was a recruit for 2 sports at the same time.
I'd have been a recruit for 2 days. I'm telling you, no more.
I was a recruit for
5:30
basketball
to
and
7.
rugby, bro. I had
No.
no knowledge of rugby.
No.
No knowledge of
And
rugby.
you turned into a
learn?
recruit for rugby.
Oh no, I definitely learned. That shit was fun. Granted, niggas almost had a concussion one game, but you know,
I had a concussion.
shit was fun.
I had a couple. That's
It was
okay.
fun.
It turned out okay.
When I play it again,
That's y'all toxic people. Y'all thought we left? Oh, no, nigga. I'm still on your
Thought it was finished with you? No.
No. Man, learn how
you thought that was done?
You thought it was over? No. Today.
Alright, this is my lesson. My thoughts. It's just learn how to love. not just like not just other people, but yourself. Learn how to heal yourself, because once you heal yourself, you realize that life is a whole lot different from that toxic shit.
Self-love is the best love.
I realized that like some people, they just need a little tiny bit of that shit just to thrive, which is kind of weird, but it's just like,
it'll get them going.
You got it, bro. Like even me and my friends, we was on the game, we was talking, he was just like, bro, like, I'm not talking about a whole lot of toxic shit, but a little bit of toxic shit in a relationship, I love it. And I was just like, you love it? Like, how can you love that toxicity? He was just like, bro, I need it. We can't have a regular relationship. It gets boring. And I'm just like,
they're toxic. I want more of that. Give me more of that.
Exactly. Like,
nah.
But that's because you don't love yourself. You disrespectfully because you don't want to treat yourself respectfully.
Facts. You hiding from yourself. Stop hiding from yourself. You're disrespecting yourself.
Toxic. Because toxic make you sick.
You played yourself.
Can you give an example of like a situation?
For me?
Or, it doesn't have to be you.
All of y'all. I might as well.
It doesn't have to be you guys personally. It could just be like an example that you heard it.
No, I'm about to talk about me.
Okay.
Me being toxic, I'm about to talk about C.
Oh, man.
Who's C?
Cody only Mason knows.
Holy mackerel,
From
Batman.
Eastern. From Hartford. C. There's a spider behind you.
Oh, shit! Get the fuck out of here! No, get the fuck up out of here! No! Back the fuck up out. Yo, I cannot see that shit.
I got it.
Get the boy!
I don't want to kill it.
Intermission.
It's hurting here, like. Yo, I don't do that spider shit, man. I'm good.
They eat all the other bugs.
I don't like all them spiders,
Get rid of
man.
all the other bugs.
But you want to go see that Spider-Man movie, though, right?
But why was he coming to me? You doing what you supposed to do. What I got to do with it? My last name already Parker. We good. I'm related. We good. We share blood. We're straight. Damn. He made me lose my train of thought. Like,
We back.
continue what you were saying, sir.
Alright, I'm just gonna say.
This just happened because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna cut that. Like,
Alright, so like me and a lovely person who is doing very nice now. I mean, still confused. We had a very weird situationship where like it was just like I think I met the mirror of toxic me, cause it was just like we'd be talking, we'd be fucking, and then it's just like we get to that point of like wanting to be together, and then the pettiness starts. And now we just petty, we just toxic, like we just trying to get the other one mad and stuff like that, and then it just go to no talking. So we're not talking, right? And then out of the blue, one of us would text because we just want to fuck. That's it. Like we just want to have sex. Like
If you can go days and days and days without talking to your significant other,
How many days
probably
would
just
it
break
be?
up with
she
him.
was a significant.
In a situation.
Yo, I'm still trying to think of who you're talking about.
Go ahead. You keep thinking.
Oh my
So, like-
god.
So like it was just a nonsense type of cycle of like talking, fucking, toxicness. And then it got to like sophomore year, and then like finally it was just like we both got to a point where I was just like, you know what, I don't even want to be having sex like that no more. Like, and like we both came to agreement. It was just like, I bet we ain't gonna have sex no more, but we could still kick it and just chill. And then out of the blue, nowhere, he had a realization.
Oh my god, I'm
like-
dumb.
And like we was just kicking it, and then like out of nowhere, just like she was just talking about it, and I was just like, bro, you're the one that really came up with us not doing that. And she was just like, so? And I'm just like, dumb me is just like, okay. And then like it happened, and then like one day she spent the night, and then like the next day she wanted to spend the night, but she was drunk, and I was just like, no. Because I want my bed to myself. Like, I just want to, sleep in my bed by my alone.
And he doesn't take advantage of women. Also.
To be clear.
Because he doesn't play that. Thank you.
Oh, 'cause
That's also being toxic.
That's toxic as hell.
Nigga, that's not toxic. That's just jail time.
Nah.
That's just wrong.
Jail, prison, federal,
Life sentence.
You going upstate, brother?
You don't need it anymore.
But like, yeah, bro. Then
If you guilt your significant other into sex, you're toxic. Toxic. If she say no, if he say no,
You're
it's
wrong.
no.
you're wrong.
Facts.
Nada.
Even in the middle of it, they just like, you know what?
I don't want to do it no more.
Yeah.
No, stop.
That's it.
Stop it.
It's over.
What's wrong with y'all?
It's done.
Stop watching porn. Leave it alone.
You're done for the day. If she say stop at 12:52, it's over at 12:52.
Down.
That's it. You're done. Your day's here. It's over, bud. Take a nap. Like,
But yeah, like, and then because I said no about having my room to myself,
she got
offended?
mad as hell.
we just started arguing. It's just like, I ain't doing this, guys. And then we stopped talking. And then, maybe some stuff happened during the summer with a friend, but we're just gonna.
Maybe it did.
We gonna move past that. It's just that's my example of me being toxic with somebody, just like nonsense, pettiness, like just trying to make the other person mad for nothing. Just real nonsense that don't need to happen. It could just be simple, but it wasn't. We just made it difficult.
Alright, so boom, right? Say you get into a situation where your significant other that you're talking to has a friend, but they don't really talk like that, but you also cool with the friend as well.
Volume up. I'm sorry, sir. Say a
Volume
little bit
up?
louder. Yeah.
Okay. So say you in a situation with your significant other and her and her best friend ain't really like talking like that, but they still cool whenever they see each other. But you also cool with the friend as well.
Mm-hmm.
But you wanna her friend hits you to talk about a situation that she's dealing with. But
Why is her friend that close with you?
I don't know.
you're not that close, but you only know her through your significant
But
other.
why she hitting you up?
That's weird.
She don't got no other friends.
She doesn't.
And then she's pretending.
Does she or doesn't she?
And she's pretending to be your girlfriend.
See, but why isn't she talking to? Does she have family? Like, does she have a like?
She don't got no
You're the
brother,
only-
no sister.
You're the only
My
nearest.
cousin?
You're the nearest.
You the last resort.
the last resort.
Like,
But you're the first person that she comes to.
Yeah, no, dead
Hell
that.
no.
why?
Dead that.
Hell no.
No.
Dead that.
Hell no.
I can't do it, bro,
No.
because I feel like I'm betraying my
And it's
girl,
like
bro.
you had to lie to your significant other.
No.
Why would
Oh.
you lie? That makes you seem shady.
Nope.
How would that be?
You're
shady, though?
entertaining her shadiness.
All right.
That's
But I
toxic.
mean-
See, to me, that's toxic though, because it's like you're talking to her friend, but her friend's telling you to keep something on the low. But it's like if you're in a
Why
relationship,
she
you should be
need-
communicating.
why you need to
and
keep it
sharing.
And
on
you're
the
saying
low for?
they're like chill,
that's
like when they
sus.
see each other, but not
What you need to
off.
keep on the low?
Why she go straight to you?
What y'all got together, huh? What history y'all got?
Facts. Do y'all have history? Like, is it like?
Do you like her?
No.
Do you like the friend?
Do she
Because
like
then
you?
maybe
Does she
that
like
changes
you?
things a little.
Yeah.
She like, So what you
So you're
entertaining her
trying
for?
to.
I'm not even entertaining.
So you
her.
not entertaining her?
know
She
it.
So
trying to
then
get.
you
But
should
you
do the
knew
same
it.
thing
But
you
it's
did with the
open. It's
Netflix,
clear.
out the door.
Did you
Right.
know
She
it?
ain't never like pulled up to your house on no shit, right?
So you know that she like you, right? But you in a relationship with her best friend. So she goes straight to you to talk about a situation. She ain't trying to talk.
You entertaining
She
her,
tryna
giving you attention because you want more than one person giving you attention.
She don't want to talk.
I feel like
But that's not
what's
even the
happening.
case though. I give my significant other way more attention
No,
than I would.
she's giving you attention, and you're enjoying the fact that she's giving you attention.
I'm not
'cause
really
she's telling
enjoying
you
it. I'm
her
just
information.
engaged in the conversation.
But you're saying you lied to your significant other though. So.
Why did you wait? What was being said to make you?
All right, so
No, I'm just wondering why you lied then though.
at,
was being
at
said
this
that lie?
particular time, when I was with my ex, her and her friend, they've been friends for however long, and apparently they had a falling out in the midst of me and my significant other, and I got a call from my homeboy to smoke, and I said, all right, fuck it, I'll come. Pick me up, we hit the gas station, get some roll up and gas. my significant other calls me. Like, oh, where you at? At the gas station with my homeboy and his girl tagged along. Immediately hung up. Started going off.
Oh, shorty
So,
just wanted to get
so
you caught up.
Your significant other is toxic. So that's why
And
you're allowing her friend to, like, you're empathizing with her friend because it's like, you're like, damn, I'm
And it's
actually
like-
with someone
You think
who's
this
toxic.
And,
Maybe
and
just a
at the
setup,
same
like-
time, it's like I was friends with her friend since high school, but they've been friends for years and years.
Okay.
It sounded like
So it's like a friend group thing.
Yeah,
Alright, it sounded like that she was trying to get you all mixed up and stuff like that to fall for something, and like, or if her and the friend really had a falling out, like the friend was trying to get you caught up so she could be in misery and stuff like that. So you just around a whole bunch of toxic shit. That's what that just sounded like.
Big facts.
Like a big bowl of gumbo, like you just
Gumbo.
mixed up in it.
Nah, nah.
Big bowl, gumbo. That's a big bowl.
That's a. I was about to say that. That's a
Yeah,
very
just
big
mixed
bowl.
up in it. Like. But what I don't understand is, I think maybe what's going over my head. What was being said to make you have to lie about what was everything? What was y'all?
The only reason why I
into?
lied about where I was at was only because I know and she knows that they're friends, but they weren't really talking. But it was like I felt like I couldn't like be where I wanted to be, hang out with whoever I wanted to hang out with.
Mm-hmm.
And if I did
If
that,
you said, okay,
it would have been a whole.
So it wasn't like
if
you
you can't
argument.
be yourself
I don't
while
know.
you're with her, then nah.
Yeah, bro. You gotta
Why do you
lie
have
when
to
you're
switch
on.
up things you want to do because you're
That's-
afraid it's gonna piss
You
her
might
off?
gotta just let her go,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
If you don't
And
think
that's
she
that's
can
what
trust
that's what I
you,
failed to
like,
realize.
nah.
That's what I failed to
Or at
realize.
least try to explain and be like, listen, like you're making me feel this way, and I feel like like.
And I've told her that like
Yeah.
3 times.
And she's not-
And if
she
you've
still
given
wouldn't
her
even-
all the reasons to trust you, then and
Yeah.
you don't think she can, then
and you ain't never been
That's on
unfaithful.
her.
You ain't never been
That's her
caught in no
problem.
nonsense. If you ain't never been caught in a lie, nobody should be calling you a liar.
yeah,
That's
So,
just them being insecure.
I'm not lying.
But-
You can't prove I'm lying.
exactly.
Based off my son, we like to be we're labeled as liars.
You know what I mean?
I'm
Like,
sorry, what?
how you call me a
Oh,
liar?
your sign.
Based
Your
off my
sign.
son, I'm
Yo,
labeled a
I'm-
liar.
That's my. Hold up. Hold up.
Zodiac sign.
Let me get into this.
Let's go.
That toxic
I swear. A man go in a building,
What's that?
he shoot that shit up.
Oh, it's
It's because he was an Aries.
Hold on, bro. I'm an Aries.
That's offensive, right? Like, what? Every time something bad in the one,
He's a Gemini.
he's a damn Gemini. Look at those damn Scorpios. Look at what they're doing.
I'm a Scorpio
Like, why is everything gotta be about a sign?
because some people just don't know how to be accountable for their actions, and it's just like, oh,
They just
I'm a
don't have to be their
Gemini.
own person.
no,
And they
bro.
also
like,
don't realize that every single part of a sign is within them. Like, you are not one sign. Like, that's exactly why people have the rising or whatever. Because it's
Rising
like,
moon,
you
sun.
have, because, like, if you categorize yourself as something, how are you ever going to be anything different? So,
Period.
Yo,
Something to
I was
think
like,
about.
there could be a video online, some guy getting fired. He flipping over desks. Oh. They gonna be like,
The fuck is wrong?
This
with
what's
is
his sign? What's his sign? I want to know what his
I
sign
need to
is.
know.
They're like, is he a Sagittarius? No, he's angry. Like, he just got fired. He just got fired. Fuck his sign. Like, damn, bro. Like, why everything gotta be a sign, bro? Like, golly, bro. I hate that shit, bro. Oh, leave me alone. Like, just go ahead with that shit. You know what else get me tight? Them fucking healing crystals, my nigga. I'm on their ass too. They thought I
fall off
forgot them. Bro, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing? Like, come on, bro. Just pray to the Lord, my nigga. Like, nigga said, let me put my crystal in the sun so it can charge. Nigga, how you know it's really charged? How you know it's charging? Where the blinker at? Where's that?
What percent is it at?
What is it? The sun telling you what it is? Sun told me it was done. You grabbing it? What? Come on. Bro.
Listen,
What?
what I have to say about spirituality, like, I feel like it's a very interesting thing. Don't get me wrong, like,
Yeah, for sure.
I just feel like when some people are just like, let's talk about Christians, all right?
Okay, that's
Little tiny bit toxic, right? Because if nobody's a Christian, bro, if you're not a Christian and you don't see like what the Bible says or something like that, if you don't align with what they talking about,
Christians be the most mental.
Isn't that how it is with everything though? If you think about it, even atheists be like preaching atheism, and I think that's a form of religion in itself. People saying they're not religious.
What's an atheist golden argument?
I can speak on behalf of Christians. 'Cause I was born and raised in the church, so it's like I don't know the ins and outs of the Bible, but I know the ins and outs of how to run a church. And the church I went to, boy, I tell you,
that bitch toxic.
Toxic.
Listen, I just feel like with religion, like respect what everybody else feel like. Just because somebody is just in spirituality, that doesn't mean that they don't believe in something else. They just feel like it's just something a little bit different for them. Like I feel like some people like to practice certain things to just maybe it's just a hobby, maybe not even just a hobby, but it's just something
that they want to get into.
Exactly. I feel like we could talk a lot of things about what people just like what you don't align with other people. They just be like,
nah, that's for sure. I feel that. Like I feel like you can believe in anything you want to believe. Exactly. If you believe that Santa come on December 25th, motherfucker, Santa come on December 25th. But all I'm saying is, just keep it the fuck away from me. That's all I'm saying. Like you can believe whatever you want to believe.
But tell me this, like, what is religion? Like, it literally, like, if you're practicing things, if you're having faith, if you're ritualistic in any sort of way, you are following the guidelines.
It's supposed to make us different from one another. That's what religion is.
I mean, yeah.
But it's all like going towards a god or who you.
But it doesn't even have to be a god. What else do you have faith in? Like some churches don't even have faith in a god. There's churches with multiple gods. There's churches with none. So it's like honestly, religion has like become
churches
this broad thing where it's like even like those women who go to Soul Cycle, like to me that's like culty and religious, like because like they're doing something ritualistically and they believe in the power of like wellness and health. I mean, in that sense, and that's like. I think everything can be perceived as like a religious practice.
Facts.
That's one thing though. I don't like when you talk religion, like what you believe could easily be like misconstrued in a different way. Like you can be preaching something, but everybody immediately thinking cult.
Yeah.
Cult. What the hell is this cult? Like I'm not gonna lie, I do it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do it. Like if I see something. I don't do cult stuff. No.
Okay,
I'm saying I see things like see some
like he'll interpret something.
Yeah, and I'll be like, no, that's a cult.
Yeah.
Like, it's a cult.
Well, you know that like the original religion was cults, so like I'm an anthropology major, so I study that and like it's like the original religion was like based in cults and like creating cults, and then they became bigger and it got called religion. You think about Scientology, that started as a small cult, like, and then it grew, and now everyone calls it a religion.
So we're all
really
cults.
we're all in
we're all in fucking cults.
Gang.
You can take race as being in a cult.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
When she was talking about how people want to separate each other and want to be separate from each other, they hang out with them only because of what they look like. You can take that as a cult.
Yeah. Thanks.
I don't know, man. But you know what I don't like though?
What?
All this openly racist shit, like, that's been going on lately, man. Like, I don't know. I ain't feeling it. Like,
yeah.
I know racism been around for a minute. There's something about some, like, pure cooked racism, like, cooked to perfection, like that Southern racism.
Cooked.
That just makes you chuckle a little bit.
Perfectly
Like, just a little. Just a little. But when you knowing, like, what these people was out here doing, like, the Klan. The thing about the Klan, like, there's a basketball player called David Duke. Everybody's trying to get him to change his name. Like, why he gotta change his name? All he do is play ball. Like, it ain't his fault he named after the name who was a Klan leader. Like, what? That's why people, they be fucking the world up, man.
Yeah.
Fucking the world up with this racism shit.
Fucking
it. And I don't think the world gonna get better from it. Like, you think people just overnight, oh, damn, I'm not racist no more.
It's like the world thrives on negativity.
Oh,
we need
for
negativity,
sure.
or I don't think it would be.
Or somebody wants to be better than someone.
Every
That's
day.
how it always been, though.
Absolutely.
And then people think just because someone's successful doesn't mean they face it. And they'll say like, oh, like, because like there's these representatives of the black community who are like rich and successful, like Kobe Bryant, or like
R.I.P.
racism doesn't exist anymore because he was able to make it, so why can't you? Like racism doesn't exist anymore because Beyonce, Jay-Z, like, but really like if you listen to like the song about like the story of OJ, like it's literally talking about how like no matter what, they're still gonna see you as a black person.
You just a nigga with money.
Facts.
That's it. You a nigga with money.
Also, I just want y'all to know, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I'm wearing a Nike hoodie right now, but like the way that the way they be using like just us as like advertisements all the time, but they just want our money.
That's it.
Damn, we just went full circle, bitch. We back at money. We just talking about evil shit. Guess what? Money. But like, literally, like, we going through our hard times of, you know, what happened. But
As you were saying, my brother.
I'm sorry. Police brutality. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like with George Floyd, like going through that whole thing, like, and everybody was just like, don't get me wrong, like, Black Lives Matter. Yeah, we do. But like, once you start using it as a advertisement, it's just like, bro, do we matter to y'all, or does our matter to y'all? Like you can't.
It's publicity at that point.
Yeah, it's like you can't.
For sure.
Bro, you can't use this as a brand just to get your bread.
You trying to sell
Was anything
something,
ever actually changed after they kept doing
Hell
that for
no.
months, for however long it was going for? Nothing actually changed. They was just using it.
George
They was
Floyd was
using
not
it.
the first man to get killed by the police. He wasn't the last.
Facts.
And he won't be. Like, he's not gonna be. Like, nothing is gonna change from it but the amount of money people make from it.
Yeah.
That's all that's gonna change.
That's always gonna
People's
be.
gonna continue to be racist all day, every day.
Mm.
If they didn't like you yesterday, they ain't gonna like you tomorrow.
Mm.
So don't try to make them like you.
They just like your stuff and your culture, not you.
They just feeding off your culture.
Yeah.
Fuck who wearing it.
Yeah.
Fuck who behind it. They don't give a fuck what Kanye got. They give a fuck what Kanye sell. Like, they don't care who Kanye is.
Don't even care what he stands for.
They don't care. They do not care. Like, they don't. None of it matters. Like, none of it. Especially with black people. Like, the originator of everything. Like, everything you pretty much see is because of black people. Like, this whole country was built off the back of slaves. Like, I be hating to hear where our forefathers.
Facts.
What the hell they do?
What they do?
Write something on a piece of paper.
What you do?
And
You
sign
took
it.
millions of people off their land and made them work for you. That's all you did. And you ain't even build shit.
Facts.
You said, hey, we don't want to build it ourselves, so we're going to take you and you're going to build it for us. Then we're going to say we built it. Like Columbus, how you find some land that ain't even yours?
That part.
Somebody already on it. I found this lemonade. She already bought it from the store. How I find it? Like, come on. How that makes sense? And we were celebrating this nigga for years. He discovered America.
Then you could discover.
So the people who was already on the land didn't got nothing to say about that.
They're not there at all.
He said, hey, buddy, you gotta go. Y'all all gotta go. Like, come on, bro. I hate Columbus, bro. I hate that nigga, bro.
History is just bullshit at this point.
Oh, bullshit.
You know
It's
what's
always
crazy?
bullshit.
What's even real anymore? I don't even know.
In middle school, that was like my favorite, like, it's my favorite subject. Like,
Don't get me wrong, I still love history. Like,
but it was like when I was like always thinking like, bro, I just want first thing I ever wanted to be was historian. I was just like, bro, I want to find out more information, more things about what happened back then. Like, even though like knowing for my people it wasn't a good thing, but like still like I just want to find more information of just like just more, bro. I just wanted to know what was really happening, and it's just like the more we go on, the more you realize like it's just a whole bunch of bullshit that was just rewritten, like just trying to tell a story that wasn't there. Like, just
the whole
just
world
like-
is
Built
filled
on
with
bullshit.
people who like don't know their history. Because when you don't know your history, you doomed to repeat it. That's why everything just keeps happening over and over and over and over again.
Yeah. But I feel like we were able to communicate part of our history through like art forms, which is what we still have, but they're still trying to take that from us. Like like rap music, bluegrass, like jazz, like all of that tells our story. But like that was stuff we were singing when slaves were singing slave songs, like on the ships, and that got passed down. And like it's the same with like indigenous stories, like those like got passed down as well. And that's the history. That's real history, but they don't teach that.
They don't even teach that they wasn't even counting us as people. We wasn't even people. Like
it was 3/5. I mean,
chattel. That's what they used to call us, chattel.
It was 3/5.
Like, what the hell? Like, what is that? Can somebody please explain to me what that is? Like, cause
I just have a question. So when we was voting, right, and like we was counted as 3/5, like how exactly did they go about that? Like, you really gotta put a fraction together to count a person.
Alex, we weren't voting.
No, but when we was though, we was counted as 3/5
of a person.
They was probably throwing our votes away.
Okay.
Like we're probably they probably had a colored box and they had a white box. See, as soon as they got all the colored boxes, they threw that bitch away.
It ain't funny, but it's funny.
See,
it's not funny, but that's what they were
that's
doing.
the thing about desegregation is that as soon as we started, it never happened. It never happened because they still treat us like different.
Bro,
we're not equal.
We is not equal.
We were more equal when we were separate and around each other only, exclusively around each other.
When you had your own, like, white people had their side of town, you had this side of town.
Yeah.
Less stuff was happening, like.
Yeah.
But white folks was coming to get you. Like, if they had a problem with you, they were coming to get you.
I'm sorry. Last thing we want to touch on with you guys, because we know we're in that generation of where we like, there's a lot of depression going on, a lot of anxiety and stuff like that. So we wanted to talk about just mental health and like the lack of for like Black people. I mean, definitely like a lack, like, and let's get into it. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so for me, like as a Black male and like actually going through therapy at a point in time, the best thing I could say, like, which like it was easy, but it was still hard, is like being able to actually open up to. I actually had a African American male as a therapist, so I actually had the highlight of it. But it was just like, it's still difficult because like you got that stereotype of you're a male, so like why you need therapy? What's wrong with you? Like, and it's just like, bro, like I don't know how to talk to y'all. Like, now if I do, y'all gonna tell me that it's nonsense or y'all gonna actually listen? And like I felt like sometimes I couldn't really get out everything I wanted to say because it's just like I don't know how my family about to look at me. Like if I start crying, it's like you're a man. Like men don't cry. Like bro, chill out. Like I got emotion. I got tear ducts for a reason because I'm supposed to cry. Like, but like I feel like that's one part that like we really ignore is that like just as a male for me, like teaching our younger males is just like it's okay to cry. It's okay to have those emotions of like just doubt and you know being depressed, like because it happens. Like you don't gotta be that strong figure. You don't have to be the stereotype of like we just something powerful. Like sometimes, bro, you got feelings. You feel weak sometimes. Like you feel it's okay to be vulnerable, because like if you don't have that chance to be vulnerable, you just ain't never gonna know what it feels like to be a human.
Like, have feelings.
You ain't even gonna know how to really express yourself. How could you really have some kids like and teach your kids anything about dealing with their emotions if you don't know how to deal with your emotions? You didn't even take the appropriate avenues to even teach that course. Like, you know what I mean? Like, one thing too, like I said before, like earlier, I'm gonna bring money back into this because especially with Black people, they think the more money they get, the less sad they gonna be, and the less their mental health gonna be a factor. There are people with millions of dollars that are blowing their fucking brains out. Like, the money did not save them. It's not gonna save you either. So, just get help. Like, nobody gonna think you soft because you going to a therapist. Like, people think you softer if you just sitting there
sulking.
Like,
It makes you stronger by helping yourself. Like, why wouldn't you want to help? Why would you hate on someone for helping themselves?
you don't want. Why would you not want to help you? Clearly, you know something's not right with you. So why would you not want to help you? Like, everybody else if everybody think you need help, everybody's not lying on you. You know what I mean? Everybody not lying on you. Something might be wrong. Like, if you spazzing on people and you don't know why you spazzing on people, go ask somebody.
Bringing back to money real quick. I once went to school to be a social worker, to get my master's and to, have my own office, because it's difficult for a low-income family to get the therapy that they need if it costs too much or they don't have the insurance for it. And it's like, I feel like, don't get me wrong, social workers and like everybody like that's in a mental like field should be paid a whole lot more, because you're taking on other people's traumas that you didn't even experience in life. And even if you did experience something like that, like, what if you don't have something that's healed, and now somebody talking about a trauma that's really close to yours, and now you get a flashback. But like, I feel like it should be a lower cost, which is kind of contradictory. But like, having an understanding that like these people, they need help. Like, they go through a lot more trauma than a lot of people like don't know, because of just like the environment that they live in. Like us, we was telling y'all, we live New Haven, Waterbury. We got people that's from Bridgeport, New London, like
Hartford.
Like, people have seen, we've heard things, we've lost people. Like, it's a lot of trauma that comes from like living in a low income community. So it's just like understanding, like, just lowering that price for some people to get all the sessions that they need. Because what if that person, they really thriving, they getting better, and then all of a sudden you get that email from the insurance company like, oh, we can't cover any more sessions. Now what's gonna happen? Now what if they went up but they wasn't fully there, now they go all the way back down and maybe even lower. That's how I feel.
Yeah. And also, like, putting, like, I think it's hard because, like, if you don't have someone to speak to as a professional, then you start speaking to people around you, and, like, putting that, and we were talking about relationships earlier, like, putting that type of, like, your trauma and all of that onto one person when they have their own trauma could be really difficult to balance out. So I think, like, that's also another thing is, like, and that has to do with, like, caring for yourself, too, and not just the other person. Yeah.
Also, too, about the getting the help thing, though, too. Like, I don't know about y'all, but, like, just recently, like, in the last year or two, like, I've genuinely lost people, like, killing their damn self. Just, like, killing themselves because they don't know what to do. Like, they don't know who to go to. They don't know who to talk to. If you get to the point where, like, you feel like you want to kill yourself, that is literally rock bottom. It can't get farther than that. Like, you already hit rock bottom, so you just seek help. Just seek help. Like, I cannot stress this enough. Seek help.
So, I'm gonna talk about what I experienced. So, I was in the 8th grade, and I just got the news that Sunday that one of my aunts had passed from breast cancer, which started from her breast, of course, but the tumor was so bad it spread it up to her brain. And I went into school the next day just bawling tears throughout class, recess, lunch. Like, my last period was science, and I literally opened up to my science teacher about what I was going through, and she literally let me like sit out for the whole class, because I was like really like going through it. Like, I didn't know what to think or like how to even like approach my teacher on like how I'm really feeling about this situation. But like everybody says, if you really need to seek help, seek help. There's nothing wrong with seeking help.
Ain't nothing soft about asking for some help, assistance.
Yeah.
Like,
And also find your outlets, like music, art, like all those things help. I know that a lot of people I know who are studying for psychology and sociology degrees are also studying something else to like do like music therapy or art therapy, because some people it's harder to communicate through words, and like there are other methods of communication and like letting it out.
Right. So. And for me to express the way I feel, I express it through music because I'm an artist. So it's like whatever I feel, I will literally go on my notes and write down a whole story on how my day is going and portray it. And when I go to record it, literally project and say everything on like how I really feel about that day, whatever the situation I was going through. So like, yeah.
And the person on the outside looking in will not understand how like impactful that is for you. Like you personally, taking that time to write out your feelings and what you're going through. People on the outside looking in will just be like, oh, the nigga just writing music. People won't see it as like you genuinely trying to get something out that you can't communicate with people, but you can communicate in a way that you know how to do.
And it's like even with that, when you try to even communicate with people, they'll try to, like you said, they'll be like, oh, he just writing music, but it's like you have to like really see the bigger picture. It's way deeper than what people really think it is. And it's like, for me personally, it's like I have a big heart, and I feel like certain times people that I come encounter with, yeah, they cool people, they say this and that, but I really want to see who you are as a human being. Not who you are as a human being. What do you really do? What do you want to portray yourself as to the world?
Yeah, I don't give a damn what you do as a profession. I don't give a damn what you making. I want to know who you are. Like I want to know who I'm dealing with.
Right.
Like I want to know. And then one thing too about with people, like when it comes to your mental health, like you can't look for people to make you happy. Whatever is missing inside of you, a person is not gonna really feel it. You gotta find something else to fill it, because people will disappoint you. No matter how much you want people to be there and be like, yo, I just need you to do this, that, and the third for me, and I'm good. And people will not want to do that. It's hard to get people just to do the bare minimum. So don't look for people to be like, you're this, you're that, just to make you feel better, because they still going through their own thing. So how can they help you when they can't even help them? You know what I mean? So that's just another thing too. Don't let people, don't think people is just gonna make you feel better and get you out of that depression. Like you need more. Like
that even goes with family too. Like my current situation, I've been staying with my uncle and my aunt for 3 years, and my mom and my grandmother moved down to North Carolina. So from day one, since I moved in, I felt empty, because it's been me and my mom for so long. I wasn't used to not having her or my grandmother being around. But as soon as I got adjusted to it, I started seeing things within that house, and even within my family. Like, yeah, they'll say I love you, all this good stuff, but
it's broken.
Like,
trust me, I get you. Feeling like you got mad people in your house, but you just feel so lonely. Like you just feel like you so by yourself, and you could be sitting in the room with 3-4 people. Like that's some lonely shit, bro. I'm telling you. Feeling like you're not understood, and feeling like you're not heard, and all this other stuff, and feeling like the people that are around you at the time aren't really equipped to give you what you need.
And that's how I've been feeling lately, honestly. Like, that's why I'm more outside. Don't take what I say out of context. I'm more outside than I am home, because when I'm outside, even hanging with you guys, like, right now, it's a good vibe. And it's like,
even though we talking about some serious shit, it's
nothing but positivity, and that's what I always want to surround myself with, positive people with positive minds that could come together and like bring something real good like this content. Like,
oh, this content's phenomenal.
Yeah.
This content.
like,
It's better, baby.
You gonna love this content.
But not like, even if you was to take that out of context of being outside, like, no funny, like some people they be doing that just so they can just like feel something.
Yeah, and don't shame them for it when
No.
they do, because like that's the thing. Like sometimes people like think they know what you need. They'll be like, you need to rest, and it's like, no, I need to be around people with positive energy.
mm-hmm.
And that's if I coop myself up in my house, I'm never gonna leave.
At the end of the day, that's all they have.
Yeah.
Like Mason was saying, like, what if they don't have nobody at home?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's those people, but you have to find your people in life. Like, even if it's like a select few or
Right.
anything, having certain people that can be with you until the end is gonna help you out. Like, you don't always have to be alone.
Yeah, like if you feel like you personally as a person that you got everything you need at home, that your life is good, you got people to go to and talk to, you could be ignorant as hell to believe that what you got is what everybody else has. Like, everybody has a different dynamic in their house. Sometimes there's people that can open up to their parents and it'll be a real conversation. Sometimes you open up to your parents, they'll slap the shit out you. What are you talking about? Like, they know talking back. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody don't got what you got. So don't judge people for not having that. Like,
And no lie, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I got into a disagreement with my grandmother because I asked her for help to help me start budgeting my money more, a little better. And the way she was going about it, to me, it was like, if you don't do this, you're not gonna make this amount every week you get paid. And I'm like, okay, I get that, but you're still not telling me like the necessary steps I need to take to get to that point where I can do what I need to do. But you want to sit here and bash me on what I'm doing wrong every time, and I'm trying to like, not mean, but
sometimes your parents, when they talking to you about what you doing wrong, they really just talking to themselves. Because they wishing they could do things better. They wish they did things better. So they probably just using you as a mirror. I've been told that a couple of times.
With people in general, though, like anyone, not just your parents, telling you something you're doing wrong. Sometimes people are doing it because they're projecting onto you.
Facts. They really want to say it
It's
to
their way
themselves.
of communicating, whether it's hurtful or not.
Yeah. And maybe seeing that maybe they're struggling too is a good thing. Like being like, okay, maybe they're doing this because they are in a rut right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Any final remarks? Real quick.
new music on the way.
Heard that. We love that. Anybody else?
Love yourself. Cannot stress this enough. Please love yourself.
If you can't love yourself, how can you love someone else?
Ooh.
And on that,
I'm sorry, I ain't ending on that. All I gotta say is, man, make sure, of course, love yourself. Do what you gotta do to find your peace. Don't find your peace in anybody else.
shout out Tay behind the camera for the realest shit.
That us. Show them your note. You got a Toyota Camry. That's right.
T-Bone!
And shout out my boy X. Shout out my boy X, who's not in the video today, but will surely be here next week, hopefully.
Well, yeah, facts. I get
We
a
love
whole
you,
different
X.
group.
We miss you.
I get a whole different group, man. I get different people, different personalities every week. All the mixture and stuff like that. But yeah, man, make sure you find something that helps you. We got music. I make poems. I wrote poems. So I mean, that's okay. They fire, I guess. But just anything, sports, just being out your crib, like, because when you them four walls, man, they feel like a prison. So don't get stuck there. All right, this is OFFRIP. You know what I'm saying? I got the piece of paper today, but we OFFRIP Podcast. Love y'all. Make sure y'all like and subscribe for more, man. We got more things coming for you guys. Like,
For sure.
share with your friends. We got y'all. This is.
Peace!
We gotta rewatch this episode as a template, because I feel like this was the episode right here. Like, this is a good one.